What up, what up? Rico Fury here, folks. Third edition of another damn random podcast. That's what I do. I like talking. You like listening. That's what I'm here for. I just wanted to get a quick one in before tonight's UFC 221. Um, it's going to be headlined by a half interim title fight between Luke Rockhold and Yael Romero. So, yeah, just wanted to get one in real quick. I know it's coming up. We're like an hour away, so I just thought we'd bust one out real quick, like we do. All right, real quick. First off, there's been a lot of people shitting on this card, and it doesn't. Sure, it's not like stacked name wise, but the matchups are like action matchups. They're put together to produce some violence, so I'm buying it. I don't give a shit if anyone else is, honestly. It's rant time. Time to rant. On Twitter's kind of been annoying. It's hard to be back on Twitter, because all the people that were once, like, some of the people that I follow that were pretty cool are annoying as hell. Like, first off, it's like not our concern to worry about pay-per-view numbers or ratings or attendance or gate figures. Who gives a shit? Like, for real. You don't work for the UFC. Like, watch the fights, enjoy the fights. If you're not gonna watch them, cool. Just don't bitch about them. Like, for real. It's just constant bitching on MMA Twitter. It's bad. MMA media is a joke, like focusing on pay-per-view buys and ratings. That's why, like, do you see NFL, Adam Schefter, focusing on low NFL ratings? No, he doesn't. Ian Rappaport? No. Do you see Wojnarowski? I think that's his name for the NBA, focusing on ratings for the NBA? No. That's why MMA media is a joke. Everyone's turning into Ariel Hawani. They gotta be provocative or push the envelope or, oh man, UFC's looking down with their pay-per-view buys. Blah 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 blah. Gives a shit, man, and it's rubbing off on people on Twitter. Oh, this card stinks. Oh, it's not gonna get it's not going to get very many pay-per-view buys. And I'm like, who gives a shit? That's what I'm not here for. I've put up a couple posts on Twitter saying, stop dwelling on it, focus on fights. Because at the end, we're all fight fans. We enjoy fights. We're here to watch fights. We're not here to analyze. Pay-per-view. Oh my gosh. No. I'm a fight fan. I don't work for the UFC, so none of that shit affects me. So that's my rant. I don't see it changing because you got a bunch of stubborn ass MMA media. They complain about the sport not being mainstream, but they're not mainstream. Like I said, NFL, NBA media, they're not focusing on dumb shit like that. All right. Fuck it. Time to preview the card. UFC Fight Pass. First fights on the preliminary card that will be on Fight Pass. If you don't have it, get it. Fight Pass is cool as hell. Welterweight fight. First up. I'm going to butcher these names. You guys already know. Like, I butcher these names. Luke Jamai and Dachi Abe. I'm going with Abe. Abe's going to beat Jamai. That's just how it is. I think I'm going to have a good night with predictions tonight. Bantamweight, I got Toronto Ishihara versus Jose Quiones. Butchering him. I'm sorry in advance, folks. I'm sorry. Ishihara's so up and down, and he kills me. Every time I pick this dude, like, lets me down. Lets me down. Oh, what am I looking at? Looking at this tablet. Sorry, folks, if I'm distracted, but has my fights. I'm gonna take a risk and go Ishihara on this one. You know, don't let me down. Sexy bitches love you. Remember that. Lightweight, long-time UFC lightweight, Ross Pearson versus Hiroto. Mizoto Hirota. I'm going Ross Pearson. This was a close one for me because I like both. I'll go Ross. I think Ross, he's been losing some. I think he'll come through on this one. So now we're moving to Fox Sports 1. 4 fights on those prelims. First up, we got a flyweight fight. Top teners. Jussier Formiga. Ben Ngannou. That sounded like Francis Ngannou. That was bad. But I don't know. I'm not no Jimmy Smith. That's for sure. I'm going to go Ben, though. Ben looks awesome. I like Ben. I think that's somebody you got to watch out for in the flyweight division in 2018. I'd love to see Ben win here and fight somebody like Benavidez or maybe even Henry Cejudo. That'd be sick. Moving on to featherweight. 2 unbeatens. This will be good. Jeremy Kennedy versus Alexander Volkanovski. I got Volkanovski. That dude he's a little beast. Just looks like he's a little tank. Man. I think he's going to get a stoppage win too, you know. Middleweight. Rob Wilkinson versus the debuting Israel Austin Aiden Sanya. That was bad. But that dude, Israel, man, best middleweight prospect in a long time in the UFC. I'm stoked to see this dude's debut. Long-time kickboxer, sick striker. And that's why I'm picking him. First round knockout, to be precise. Don't let me down. Lightweight, this is the toughest fight to pick for me. It was Damian Brown, follows me on Twitter, versus Dong Young Kim, the lightweight version. There's a welterweight version, but this is the lightweight version. I'm going to go... This is close. Like, I literally flipped a coin. I'm going to go with Damian Brown. He's going to get the win in front of his hometown crowd. I expect a fight of the night, though, honestly. These two guys are bangers. They're going to let it go. Light heavyweight, Tyson Pedro versus Safarov. That was decent. Getting better. I'm going to go Tyson Pedro. First round knockout. I think he's going to show some improvements following his loss against Latifi. So, welterweight, Jake Matthews versus Li Jingling. I love that name. I do. This is not tough at all. I think Li Jingling is awesome. I seen him fight in Denver last January against Bobby Nash, I believe. And I'm looking forward to another knockout. Li Jingling. Keep it up, man. Heavyweight, Tai Tuivasa versus Cyril Asker. And I'm going to go, this is going to be another stoppage. Tai Tuivasa. His UFC debut was awesome. I expect another knockout. Co-main event, Mark Hunt, disgruntled-ass Mark Hunt, but also legend Mark Hunt versus up-and-comer Curtis Blades. And I just don't think Mark Hunt's heart's in it. I don't think he wants to be with the UFC anymore. I don't even know if he's going to put forth the full effort. He might still be in a lawsuit with the UFC, so I don't know. He's just trying to fight out his UFC contracts, and I mean, I don't even know if he's feeling this fight. I'm gonna go with Curtis Blades' decision. I hope it ain't a boring one. Now it's time for the main event. Half interim. Why half? Because Romero missed weight. Couldn't make weight. I'm not too harsh on him. He took the fight on short notice, 4 weeks. So I'm not too harsh on the dude. I'm going with Romero. He's gonna upset Rockhold. Slight upset. I don't think it's a big upset because I think they're even for me. I'm gonna go with Romero with the upset to complicate the division. Because if Rockhold wins, it doesn't complicate shit. Because it could just be Rockhold versus the real champ, Robert Whittaker. But if Romero wins, it's tough. Because Whittaker's already beat Romero. So I don't know if they would do that again. And Romero wouldn't be winning the interim belt. So I'm not sure. I want Romero to win, and I want Rockhold to go up to light heavyweight because they need people at light heavyweight. So I'm buying it. In closing, I don't give a shit about pay-per-view wise. I hope you guys don't enjoy the fights. And that's that. I look forward to being on Twitter afterwards. All the people that shit on the card. This is what usually happens. It turns out to be a really good card, and all the people who shit on it are like, "Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good." That's how it always is, and I'm utilizing the unfollow button, block and mute. It's just annoying, man. MMA Twitter, MMA media has changed so much over the last almost 10 years since I've been on Twitter. So, yeah, I look forward to the fights. I hope you guys give it a chance. Movies wise, I seen 3 movies this week. I'm keeping it going. I seen Hostiles, Maze Runner 3, Death Cure, and last night I seen 50 Shades of Freed. Anyways, good thing this podcast don't get a lot of views because, man, it's hard to admit I seen that shitty movie. But Dakota Johnson's hot. So I don't mind seeing her. I didn't go see it by myself either. I seen Hostiles and Maze Runner by myself, but it was kind of like an anniversary thing for my girl, so she really wanted to see it. We've seen all 3 of them, so I don't mind seeing Dakota Johnson naked, so Hostiles. The funny thing is, going from Hostiles, great acted movie, to 50 Shades Freed, horrible acting. It's like they act for like 5 minutes and they fuck. They act and fuck, act and fuck. It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen. I hope these people, Dakota Johnson, Jamie Dornan, can move on from their careers after these movies, because, man, that's some bad acting. Hostile, so let me get on that for a minute. Christian Bale, one of my favorite actors, sick movie. Loved it. Man, that's probably one of my favorites of the year. I've seen 7 movies so far, and that's probably my favorite. I'll probably go see it again, you know. Maze Runner, it was good for what it was, you know. I liked it. It was good. I liked the Maze Runner series. It was a good send-off. It was a good close. So the question is, what do I do when I go see movies? Do I go with anyone? Most of these movies I see by myself. You know, I'm the dude. Sometimes I get weird looks. Why is he sit by himself? But it's kind of like my free time. It's liberating to me just to sit in a theater by yourself and watch a movie. I love it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Gives me my free time away from my kids when they're sleeping. Yeah, Tuesdays are my half-off days. They're half-off movies at my theater I go to. So I usually go in the morning, early afternoon. I go early afternoon, then I go in the evening. So that's what I did. I seen Hostiles early afternoon, Maze Runner at night. So Hostiles, catch it. It's a must watch. Christian Bale was awesome. Rosamund Pike, I think that's her name. She was awesome as well. It's just a great acted movie. Man, every time I see a movie about Indians, I just feel so bad. Indians have been shit on. Man, but yeah, I hope you guys see Hostiles. Maze Runner fans, go watch Maze Runner. 50 Shades. Like I said, shitty acting, a lot of sex. That's the gist of it. And that's a wrap, folks. Watch UFC 221. Support it. Hope you enjoyed the fights. Watch some movies. Next week on the movie agenda is Winchester and the Clint Eastwood movie. Hold on, let me see. I can't be forgetting movies. Oh man, my tablet died. It's like Paris 1531, I think, or something like that. But I'm gonna see that, so that'll be my Tuesday. Winchester in the morning, horror movie in the early afternoon. Cause I'm a pussy. I don't want to see it at night by myself. So we'll see that in the early afternoon. Then at night, I'll go and see the new Clint Eastwood, that, the true story one. So, all right, folks. Until next time. Peace.